Hopefully you don't lose me.
Panels for comics, turn the page, ink in the margins, front to stage, power drivers for wrestling, crowd goes wild, place for good food, served up style. One name, 3 lanes, here we roll, turn it up, let it go, let it go. Triple B, 3 things we love. Triple B, turn it up loud. Panels, power drivers, plates.
Welcome in for another episode of Triple P, the Comic Pod. Panels, pile drivers, and plates. I'm Super Dave, but we couldn't do it without promoter of Bayou Independent Wrestling, the author of the upcoming comic series Castle Aiden, Mr. Josh Newell. Josh, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great today. How about you, Dave?
Pretty good.
Good.
Don't you just love that song?
I do. It's catchy. I'm still bobbing my head over
I mean, you know, I'm kind of a country and western guy, but that would hit real hard for me.
I mean, I'm a rap guy. That's definitely my go-to. But I do like all genres pretty much.
Yeah, I don't hate
Now,
rap. I mean,
now blues, I only want to listen to in person.
yeah.
Don't send me a song, but if you want to go to a blues event, I'm down. Just don't email it to me.
My rap tastes go back to the 80s and early 90s. I'm old school.
Yeah, I'm still a big Tupac fan. I mean, I listen to Tupac at least 2 or 3 times a week, and I mean, he died in 1996.
Yeah.
So here we are, 30 years later, and I listen to him a couple times a week. So,
well, this is our second episode. How about the first episode? Were you getting any good feedback or?
Oh yeah, I got lots of messages and comments and texts and stuff. I got several people that want to be a guest down the road, which is definitely something that we're going to do. Really on when the Kickstarter's kind of getting close to the end, or when we didn't have a wrestling show the week before, the week after or something, those will be the episodes that we definitely are going to try and fill and have somebody come in and talk one of these 3 topics with us. It could be wrestling, it could be comics, it could be food. I'm going to try and reach out to some cooks I know and get them on here, get their input. I already got some comic and wrestling people that want to be on. So
yeah. Well, you mentioned the Kickstarter. Let's talk about it. Let's go back around the horn on it.
Absolutely, because I mean it's good till August 13th, so there's still plenty of time for everybody to jump on board.
Are we still growing?
A little bit. We with Kickstarter, you kind of there's a couple phases. So when you first launch, that's usually the biggest and that's the most exciting, and that's when kind of the majority sign up. And then just like with wrestling, when it gets very close to actual end date or showtime, another batch of people kind of, okay, time to do it. Let's go. But there in the middle, you can kind of get some slow periods where, you're not having as many new backers sign up and stuff like that. And we kind of reached that over the last few days here. Last Thursday, we still had some people signing up. But as of the last, I'd say 2 or 3 days, we haven't had anybody. So we did want to do another push and get another batch of people in to go on this ride with us, for sure.
Well, at the $10 level, I really like this map.
The map is awesome. He did so much detail to it. You can blow that up and you can see the cities. You can see the terrain of those different areas. You can see even some little hidden things like a dragon in one spot. The water has a sea monster down in the south there. So there's lots of little hidden details and stuff that as the story goes will make more sense to you. And we're going to try and do a good job of, say we're not in one of the cities, but we're somewhere near. I'm going to try and do it like a X marks the spot on the map. That way you kind of know where you were in the comic book this issue. That way you can kind of get a vibe for our land, learn things and just feel like you're part of it a little better.
course, there's the create your own custom artwork, or actually get
we've already
get the artist to draw it on there for you.
Yeah, I got the numbers right here. We did about 6 of the blanks so far, so we've had about 6 people sign up for the blanks. As far as getting it, yourself to do something, or one of the artists, or a friend, or whatever. And you don't even have to put a Castle character on there. You can do whatever you want.
If I was going to go blank, I believe I would try to get I try to meet up with Jason and get Jason to,
Absolutely.
And I'd have a 1 of 1 on there,
Or one of our cover guys,
right.
Donovan, DJ Hall. DJ does the lettering too, and he's the guy that did that map, so he's a big part of the project. So yeah, if you ever see DJ at a con or Jason Turner at a con, I would definitely recommend going up and getting.
Well, and also where I live, running into Jason, tracking Jason down wouldn't be hard.
No. And starting with issue 2, Justin Stewart's bringing in to do the colors, and he's actually a really good artist himself. So he's another one that's starting in issue 2. You could definitely, get something from him and it be part of it. Speaking of Jason's art, I just got this done.
Oh.
Grifter is one of my favorite characters.
Hang on, I'm gonna. Uh-oh. So, my bad. Let me bring this down. I'm gonna expand you out so we can see this.
So Jason just gave me this. We met in Vicksburg on Tuesday, and we ate at Rusty's, which is fabulous, by the way, if nobody's ever been to Rusty's. But
Rusty's is our second go-to in Vicksburg. There we go.
Okay, let me guess. Tony's is your first?
Yeah, we go to Tony's more than any place.
Yeah, but this is the Grifter he got me, and this is going on the wall here soon. I also had a guy named Damon do this for me. It's Joe Carter when he hit the game-winning home run for the Toronto Blue Jays in the World Series. Joe Carter's been my favorite baseball player since I was a kid.
Oh, wow.
So this is going up on the wall, too. But Damon here is doing a cover for us on issue 3. So you'll get to see his art in Castle Aiden as well pretty soon. But this was his Joe Carter that he did for me. And then Jason did this Grifter. I also have a Salmon Twitch and a Hawkman coming my way.
I like that Grifter.
Oh, yeah. He did a great job. He did a great job on Grifter. But, I mean, Jason does a great job with everything.
Yeah.
Pretty much every page he sends me, it's me telling him positive things about it. Every now and then there might be a detail that I want added or something. But, I mean, it's very rare that I have to tell him to do too much on a page. This is my favorite cover. That's a good cover. That's the image we chose for our shirts and our bookmark.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan as well. Now, this one has so much detail. I don't know if you can zoom in, but the banner in the background and some of the facial expressions and just there's so much going on with this one. DJ, it took him a long time to do this one. He was probably tired of me going, hey, you got a cover to send me yet? You got a cover to send me yet? I want to see it. But he did a great job with it. And then this is Derek Donovan, who has worked for Marvel and DC and different companies, mainly in the 90s and early 2000s. But he stayed in comics the whole time doing different independents and different projects. So, and this one will make sense a little more to people once they read the book. But I can't give away too much on it.
Hi, Miss Ginger. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're in our prayers.
We're praying for you, Miss Ginger.
Miss Ginger's in the hospital right now, so y'all send one up for her.
Absolutely. Keep Ginger in your prayers for sure.
And then, of course, there's the variant black and white, which I dig. I really dig it.
Oh, yeah. And you'll get one with your package because I know you did the one of each cover. So you'll get one of those with yours. And then that's the full poster size version of the map. But I looked at the mini posters and you can see the detail really good on them too. So really the mini poster or the poster, whichever one you get, you're going to be able to take in all the details.
Well, with so much going on, I'd want to go mini just because wall space is at a premium.
Right.
I mean, I watched a Whatnot yesterday, and there was some really cool 11x17 opportunities with some
Right.
really good pricing on them in the wrestling space. And I can't.
Right.
I mean, I just can't commit to 11x17s.
Understandable. And then there's one of the two shirts, but that's the one with Jason's cover, basically. And then
Yeah.
the Castlewaden logo on the front.
I'll definitely be getting one of these shirts.
Awesome. At the first wrestling show that they come in on, I'll be wearing this Baymore shirt, this blue one. So maybe the Fountain Hill show in September, but definitely the Brookhaven show November 7th.
Baymore sounds like a character that I'll like.
Yeah, you'll get to hear about him in issue 1, but issue 2 is when he's full on in. He's part of the story from there on forward.
Have you ever heard Vince McMahon tell the story that he used to hang out with Johnny Valiant? I think it was Luscious Johnny Valiant. They'd ride in the convertible Cadillac together, and his dad couldn't stand him hanging out with him.
Well, that's the Baymore and Leland story.
That's what. But the way you described it to me, I went back to Vince telling that story about his dad not wanting him to hang out with Johnny Valiant.
Marcus definitely wants Leland around Baymore in some aspects, but there's definitely some other aspects where he's like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
So it'll be a little bit of both worlds. And if anybody wants to talk about the book again, I think issue 2 will be more popular for this option. Not that you can't get it on issue 1, but issue 2 will be when you can kind of ask me some questions about issue 1, and I can even give you a little sneak peek on issue 2. I won't do spoilers, but I can guide you down a path of where we're going for sure.
This is one I got.
Yep, and I'm
a sucker for all the variant covers,
and that's been the most popular thing. It's been by far the most popular item.
Dude, I saw a thing. I was reading about Absolute Batman, and he's going to have a battle with himself. And
I saw that.
The alternate cover, I mean, it's like $59.
Oh yeah, they got different variants, and depending on if it's a 1 of 50, a 1 of 100, a 1 of 500, just the different numbers. The higher the numbers, the more expensive they are. If you grab like a 1 of 10, they're usually not that bad. Like I grabbed a Battle Beast not this week, not yesterday, but last Wednesday. I grabbed a Battle Beast 1 of 10, and I usually don't grab the variants with a number attached to it, but I just love the art on it so much that I was like, okay, I'm gonna get it.
That's going to be my hardest. Getting back into this comic, getting back into going to the comic store.
Now I don't get 2 covers of the same comic. I just narrow it down and I pick the one I like best. Now sometimes I have to fight myself to pick which one I like best, but I only get one of every issue.
Oh yeah, well,
that I read. I don't collect multiple covers for the same thing, but I will switch it up. I don't have to get cover A. I can, if some artist I like is doing cover C, then I'll go grab cover C.
Man, I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for it, and I will bite that hook when they dangle it, and I just can't help myself. And I'm good. I'm going to try. If I have to go,
well, the more I just look at it as the more you get into it and the more stuff you enjoy. And I'm very well rounded in what I like. I don't just like superheroes. I like detective stories. I like medieval stories. I like gothic stories. I like a bunch of stuff. And I just think of it as for every variant that I go and buy a second one of the same book, it's one less book I can try and one less thing I might enjoy. Yeah. Because I have a certain budget. Like I said last week, I try and stay around 100, 125 for the whole month. So that only gives you X amount of books that you're going to be able to bring in, and to have variety. I don't want to be looking at the same 6 copies of Absolute Batman personally. No offense to anybody that does that, but
I know
that's just not.
And part of having a problem, I mean, getting past a problem is admitting you have one. So I've got it out there. Now we're going to go on this journey together with me passing up on variant covers, except
Maybe
for yours.
one of our listeners will be able to help you along the way. Maybe they'll be able to drop some knowledge on you that'll make you go, "Hey, you're right."
Yeah, and we got a few, and we got some a-holes that'll just really relentlessly terrorize me about it. So,
they're going to encourage you, some of them, and you're going to end up spending $500 instead of $100, and then Stephanie's going to have to get you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not scared of her, but there's a healthy respect.
There better be. There better be. Then, of course, you can get assigned to issue 1. You can get the script. And we're going to do that for each issue. So that's something that you'll be able to do. I'm going to have some at cons as well.
And those are sold out, so I'll just script right through them.
We've already sold out of the full page and halves. This is something more for a retailer. Or if you just want to give Christmas gifts, because like this one's going to come out. It should be in your hands middle of September. But the issue 2, we're going to do a very similar thing as this, and it'll be in your hands around probably late November. So issue 2 would definitely make a good Christmas gift, but you could always stack them and do issue 1 and 2 together. And then here you can get Jason to draw anything.
Yeah, I always encourage you, if you have the opportunity
to draw a grifter.
Any comic artist, if you have the opportunity for them to do you a sketch, you should always take advantage of that.
Yeah, and that grifter is similar to what you would see. Now that's an 11x17, so it'll be a little smaller than that. But I mean, that's the type of stuff he does, and that's what you can get. You can get a Wolverine, you can get an Absolute Batman, you can get a Catwoman, you can get a Lobo. You can get all sorts of stuff. And some of the stuff that we're thinking about doing for issue 2, like we're probably going to add stickers. We're going to have trading cards. We're going to do some dual sketches where like Jason and another artist will be, both drawing whatever you ask them to draw. We're going to give chances for you to maybe be wrote into the book around issue 4 or 5. So just lots of cool things are going to be added on each Kickstarter as we go. Plus, you're going to have more covers and more things for each book that you can get. Because on issue 2, you have Tone Rodriguez, you have Ken Salinas, you have Mike Ruth, you have Jason. So we have just different artists on every single issue doing amazing stuff.
I've put a QR code up in the top left hand of the screen. If you're watching us on Facebook or X or Markout Moments or anywhere you're watching it, markoutmoments.net will take you to our YouTube page. That's QR code for the Kickstarter. It's not too late to get on. And there will, there'll be some, if the more that the goal is beat, what do you call them?
Yeah, you got stretch goals. So
stretch goals. We're
working on getting them up on the page right now, but I can tell you that once we get to $1,500, everybody's going to get a bookmark. Everybody. It don't matter which one you do. As long as you have something shipped to you, you're going to get a bookmark. And we've already
freezing up real bad,
worry
Josh.
about getting your book or anything. Am I?
Yeah.
Huh. There is some bad weather here.
All right.
It's been raining. It's been raining hard all day.
Well, we'll power through. Let me bring this up real quick. It's time for the news. And the biggest comic book set of news. The biggest thing going this week is that Marvel has dropped the Avengers Doomsday trailer. And it has launched a firestorm of speculation all about, I mean, who is who and what is what. Are they variants or multiverses? And what, this is just fun. But before we talk about it, let's watch it real quick.
Something's coming. Something we may not be able to deter. Before this day is done, we shall be faced with an unthinkable decision.
I've fought with many warriors in my time. They were far stronger than all of us put together, and they died. They died facing enemies and threats that scared me far less than this one. Everything that they sacrifice will be for nothing if we do not stand together. Put aside your petty squabbles. And presume nothing except this. If you return, you will return as brothers and sisters. Mark my words. We're going to need a miracle.
Hey, pal.
It's not possible.
That was your first time seeing it, Josh. What'd you think?
Well, if Thor's scared, I'm kind of scared. So if you got Thor worried about a fight, I'm worried about a fight. So
Dude, I don't remember Dr. Doom being a big bad like that. I mean, Thanos almost died from from Stormbreaker. Just
yeah, Doom's one of those villains though that he can fight at a lot of different power levels because he's so smart. I mean, him and Mr. Fantastic from Fantastic Four, Reed Richards, of course, pretty much the two smartest guys there is in the Marvel universe. So you just never know with Doom. I've seen him at high levels, and I've seen him kind of low level stuff too.
yeah, I've just never seen. I've never. Of course, I wasn't a huge Marvel guy. I mean, I read the Hulk, I read Spider-Man, but I just didn't ever see Doctor Doom as being that's almost cosmic.
Oh yeah,
and it looks like the Fantastic Four are going to be a big part of it. It looks like the X-Men are going to be a big part of it.
yeah. I think they're trying to bring everybody in for this one.
I love. I mean, we saw Cyclops with it's wild to me that we're finally getting the X-Men in the Marvel universe.
Right.
We kind of had that when they brought Spider. It's the same excitement I had when they brought Spider-Man in because Sony had Spider-Man, and even and Angie's with us. Angie 23 wants to know: are we both excited for Spider-Man Brand New Day movie?
I'm more of a DC guy than I am Marvel. I'm not gonna lie. So like Spider-Man and Avengers actually to me rank lower than going to see Clayface, which I know that's not a very popular opinion, but I'm excited about the Clayface movie. Not that I'll go see Spider-Man for sure in theaters. I'll probably see Avengers in theaters, but I'll definitely be seeing Clayface in theaters. And I went and saw Supergirl just because Lobo.
Right.
I like Jason Momoa too, but I love Lobo.
He's perfect for Lobo. I've been a Lobo fan since way back.
I have my wife reading the current Lobo run, and she didn't know anything about Lobo before this run. But it's only on issue 5, and she's read all 5 of them, and she's loving it so far. Scotty Young's doing a great job on it.
Yeah, I had all the Lobo when he got his own series back in the day, and I actually had the porcelain statue of him with the hook, and it was. And Jason Momoa was born to play Lobo.
Oh, absolutely, and he's even said that in some interviews.
And
he thought he was doing the Aquaman thing, I mean, he really thought they were about to say, you're going to play Lobo.
Yeah.
And then they threw Aquaman his way, which you're not going to turn down that money. So I don't blame him, but Lobo is definitely what he's meant to do.
I know I'm going to like Spider-Man. I've never gone and saw a Spider-Man movie that I didn't like. I'm excited about it, kind of, but I'm also kind of concerned because Spider-Man is such a young character and I'm such an old man now. And I feel like that might have taken away from my enjoyment of Supergirl just a bit.
Right.
But that being said, I love Superman. So, and I'm eager to see more Lobo. We did see the Clayface trailer and we're both very excited for it.
Absolutely.
And since Spider-Man and the Ghostbusters are in New York City, what if the Ghostbusters meet Spider-Man? I'm for those kind of crossovers.
Of course, Daredevil was another one that hangs out in New York.
Yes.
So that's why.
And the Punisher. And actually, the Punisher's in the movie.
Meet up a decent amount. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know the Punisher's in
After
the movie.
the success that the Punisher's had here recently with Disney, they're going to put him in as many things as they can get.
All right, Darren Staley, if I wanted crap out of you, I'd squeeze your head, sir. But yeah, thank you for the questions, Angie. Thank you for joining us. And
absolutely, feel free to ask anything at any time for sure.
Okay, so we see Steve Rogers, and it's a different Steve Rogers that we saw at the end of the last Avengers movie when he stayed back in time with Peggy.
Right.
The speculation, and this is the number one theory, is that's Captain Hydra. That's not the regular. That's not Steve Rogers. That's not our Steve Rogers. That's Captain Hydra. And they've even gone back and referenced comic books that version of Steve Rogers could wield Mjolnir also.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And my Avengers lore is not strong enough to be doing a lot of good guesses either. So
yeah, I mean, my Avengers lore is the movies.
Right.
I just never, I tried the X-Men when Liefeld had them, and I was into the Hulk. I was into Spider-Man. I was into Nomad, who was Bucky.
Right.
But, Bucky became Nomad. The Nomad series was incredible. But I will have to watch Endgame again because they're gonna re-release it and they're gonna put some things in it to try to push towards the movie. So it sounds like they've gone back and tweaked some things so that they can make their movie make sense. But it'll all be good.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. And as far as Marvel goes, like I said, I'm more of a DC guy.
Yeah.
But if I had to name like my top 5 Marvel characters, it would probably be Wolverine, Venom, Ghost Rider, Daredevil, and who would be a 5th? That's tough. Maybe Hawkeye. I always liked Hawkeye.
Hawkeye's a good character.
Yeah, and I love that actor that they chose for him too. So
they do a very good job of casting.
Yeah, Marvel's usually pretty good at that. Better than DC at casting a lot of times. DC's very good at TV shows, but Marvel's definitely the better movie people, at least as a whole. There's exceptions.
All right, let's
Batman Dark Trilogy up against.
You mentioned to me that you had a comic book that you were into and you were going to talk about this week, and I had to go look for it. I wasn't familiar with this or this company.
Right. Well, this is one of the companies that I hope that one day Castle Aiden can be on, because obviously what we would like to do, a couple issues on Kickstarter, and then get picked up by a Mad Cave or a Keen Spot or a Dark Horse or an IDW or, somebody like that. It's not going to be a Marvel or a DC. And then Image is kind of the king of the independents. So, I mean, I'm not expecting our first book to get to the Image level, even though that would be great. But I am hopeful that like a Mad Cave, a Dynamite, a Keen Spot, somebody like that might take interest once we show them that we're in it for the long haul. We're putting out a consistent story. The artwork's getting better and better each issue. Once we show that, we definitely want to send off and get that. But the one that I read,
tell me about Dog Tag
is so this is issue number 3 of Dog Tag. Just came out yesterday at the comic shop. You can grab it. One of the cool things about this one is J.P. Jordan is the colorist on it. J.P. Jordan also backed our book. He's somebody I've talked to several times about coloring stuff for me, but his schedule is crazy. but he did take the time to go on Kickstarter and back our Castle Aiden book, which I really, really appreciate. And he didn't have to do. I just thought he was going to share it, and then he ended up backing it. He also introduced me to the person that colored the Scott McDaniel cover for issue 3 that I can't show y'all, but I really want to show y'all. So I appreciate him for that too. But look at this page here. See if can you zoom in on me?
Let me bring this down. Sure, I can. I'm getting good at this.
I trust you. So, like, look at the colors on this page and this page. Like,
that's deep.
Yes. JP Jordan, if you're listening, I know you backed her book, but if you're listening, you are definitely going to color something for me soon. But I just love the color choices that he used here.
All I know about this book is that it's World War II.
Yeah, it's set in World War II times. It's a 5-issue miniseries, and issue 3 just came out yesterday. I've already read it. It's great. But basically, this guy he wants to be a serious journalist, but he's not. He's doing, little small comedy things and different things. So he's not a serious journalist, but that's what he wants to be. Well, he gets called into the office, and they want him to start covering the war. And at first, he's excited. He's like, I'm going to do a great job. I won't let you down. And they're like, no, we want you to lie. We want you to do a bunch of false stories so that the enemies don't think that, what we're actually doing is what we're doing. So they actually have him write a bunch of false stories. And it's talking about, instead of storming Normandy, they're going to be over in Dover, and they're going to focus their efforts there. And while he's writing these stories, they're getting ready to storm the beaches of Normandy. And, in this comic, and I think there is some real life involved in it as well, but it works. The Germans and stuff were definitely confused, and they were taken back by it. But once that's over, now they send him to the front line. And he is not that kind of soldier, at least not yet. He definitely becomes that kind of soldier. But he's not at first. And he gets called dog tag because his job is to follow the medic around and collect all the dog tags if the doctor says they're dead.
Oh.
So his first job in the war, besides the fake writing, is going around and collecting dog tags from dead soldiers. So he gets nicknamed Dog Tag. And, we kind of follow his story from there. And because he was successful with the writing, he actually gets his own unit. Even though he's never led anything. Now, it's not a big unit. It's not a major unit. It's kind of a ragtag. This infantry group lost all their guys, but there's still 2 left. Then there's 2 left from this group. And, it's just a ragtag group. But he's in charge of it, and he's never done anything like that before. So he's putting some decisions and choices of, when to take a life, when to take a prisoner, what strategy are we going to use. And it's really good. It's really a fun series. And Mad Cave is one that not as many people know about, but they put out a lot of good books.
Well, I noticed that also that they are already advertising the trade paperback.
Oh yeah.
So this first story arc, you'll be able to buy them all combined into one book here shortly.
Absolutely.
And that's
4 will be out next month, then 5 in September. And then you'll probably have to wait, I'm guessing, 2-3 months, and they'll have the trade paperback out.
Yeah, like I said, it's already on their website.
And Matt Cave does a lot of cool stuff, but Nottingham is one that I really recommend. It's an interesting twist on Robin Hood, and it focuses more on Sheriff Nottingham than it does Robin Hood, even though Robin Hood's in it. But it actually tells the story from Nottingham being the good guy and Robin Hood being the bad guy. And it's really good.
Well, from that point of view, he would be.
Yeah. So
I noticed they also have the Speed Racer license.
Yep. They have Speed Racer. There's Mad Cave doesn't have it, but like Space Ghost is with Dynamite right now. There's lots of fun. Old Thundar's out there. There's lots of cool series from back when, the 80s were a thing. Coming back now, Masters of the Universe has its own ongoing comic.
Yeah.
There's lots of cool
Speed
stuff.
Racer. Speed Racer was the 60s.
Yeah. And I have the one of the trade paperbacks, and it's the artwork's and it's amazing. watching them do the races and how they do it and the creativity of the panels. They do a great job with it.
It's definitely something. I'm a huge Speed Racer fan. In fact, in one of the bedrooms, I actually have a lithograph of Speed Racer, and it's autographed by the cast.
Okay, well, I'll have to bring you this trade paperback to either Oak Grove or Fountain Hill.
That'd be the one. I'll bring Son of the Demon, and you bring Speed Racer.
There we go.
Speed Racer hits me in my feels. It was the greatest cartoon ever.
You'll
like when Batman
comic.
throws somebody off a building, and Batman the animated series, they land in water or something.
Right.
The Speed Racer throws somebody off a speeding car. He splatters on the concrete, and the police. Right. I'll never forget. Inspector Detector goes, "That's all right, Speed. He got what he deserved." And I didn't realize when I was a kid that I was actually watching anime.
Right.
Because Speed Racer's anime, but when I was a kid, you didn't know that.
Right.
We didn't know what anime was.
Comics and manga have a lot in common. I mean, there are some differences, but there's a lot in common too. People try and separate it like you have to write one or another. And I think you can definitely like both, and you probably should like both.
All right. Let's talk a little wrestling. We had a big weekend in West Monroe last week.
Packed house. It was pretty much a sellout. I mean, there was a few little seats sprinkled here and there, but you couldn't get more than 2 seats in the same spot for sure.
Yeah, it was, and they were enthusiastic, and they saw a hell of an event.
Yeah, the feedback on it's been great. And we usually do a good job in West Monroe. Like the crowd usually comes out and supports us, and they're usually involved and they're loud. And I just love West Monroe shows. I like all of our towns for different reasons, but I am a little biased towards my hometown here.
Yeah, they're all different.
Yeah, they all bring their own little thing, and I have to book them differently too.
Yeah,
like a Brookhaven town wants different than a West Monroe show, and a Fountain Hill show is a little different than a West Monroe show. And
but do you find that Fountain Hill's kind of all over the place?
a little bit.
Like, you know what to expect in Brookhaven, and you know what to expect in West Monroe, but Fountain Hill can be one way. It can be this way one time, and then they're a little different the next time.
Yeah, and our attendance varies a lot in Fountain Hill too. There might be a show where we get 400 to 500 people, and then there's a show where we get 175 people, and that's that's very scary from a promoter's point of view. But that's just kind of how it's happened. Once that Judy's Diner closed down, our attendance definitely started taking a hit. And then, if Tim Storm's on the show or not definitely matters in Fountain Hill, Arkansas too.
Hey, I'm going to throw a comic question back up because Matt Presley was late, but he got here. And we appreciate that. Hashtag Ask Josh, top 5 wrestlers who look like real life comic book characters.
Wrestlers who look like comic book characters. Well, the Road Warriors are the first people that jump out to me. They would be, they just feel like comic book characters. They don't feel like real life to me.
Ray Fury definitely looks like a comic book character.
Yeah, you could put Rey Mysterio in there too if you wanted to kind of go that route. Eddie Guerrero feels like a movie star to me. Like he would be in a gangster movie. Not necessarily a comic, but he would definitely be in a gangster movie.
Obafemi.
Yeah.
Obafemi definitely looks like a comic book character.
He would be the bodyguard to whoever the evil boss is. That would be the guy you have to fight. It's the real fight because you're not going to really fight the guy after that, except mentally. So you do the real physical fight with him, and then whoever the main bad guy is, you have to do the mental thing with. But yeah, I could definitely see that. Your Roman Reigns, your
Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman looks like, he's your Kingpin type character.
If you go get the Wrestle Heist, which just came out from Image, it'll be trade paperback. I think in August, it might be September. Kyle Starks wrote it. But Paul Heyman is the main character, the main bad guy in it. Now, obviously, it's not Paul Heyman, but it's Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
He looks just like Paul Heyman. He acts like Paul Heyman. He's Paul Heyman. But Wrestle Heist was really fun. And if you like territories and kind of some of the old stories, Wrestle Heist does a lot of those stories. and I wish it would have sold better. Kyle's been public on social media saying it didn't sell very well, so he doesn't know if he's going to do a second part. It kind of depends on if the trade paperback does good. But it was so good. As a wrestling promoter, I appreciated it so much.
Any of your luchadors could probably be heroes, but it's easier to pick the villains.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, Frankie and Christian Blake, they didn't disappoint. They went out there and it could have gone either way. Christian Blake.
Yeah, that's one of those 50-50 matches that they faced each other a lot over the years, and I would be surprised if the record's not like 55-45 one way or another.
This was the main event.
Yeah,
there was a lot. There was a lot going on in this main event.
There was so much going on in this main event. You had Corey Steed get involved. You had Ray Fury do a dive from the ring to the floor. You had a brawl on the outside. You had just so much going on. And then you had a challenge laid out. Basically, there's a weapons match that if I okay it is going to happen November 14th. Now, I'm still not sure. There is a commission in Louisiana, and I'm not sure if I want to okay a weapons match in Louisiana. But I'm going to see what happens on August 15th in Oak Grove, and then I'm going to make my decision from there. This one went to a time limit draw. I think you got a little tired during this one.
Oh, dude, when the timekeeper said 10 minutes gone, 10 minutes remaining, I was sucking wind. Like, I was like, these guys are going to kill me.
Well,
I used to referee for Barrett Brown and a guy named Diamond Dave when I first started. And a very young and enthusiastic Barrett Brown with a very young and enthusiastic Diamond Dave. With all the quick pin attempts and the ups and downs. And, I mean, they almost killed me back then. And I was like, man, all of a sudden Steve Anthony's turned into Barrett Brown 2010.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to see with Steve. He might do a submission match. He might do a technical wrestling match. He might do a high flying. He might punch you in the face. You just kind of never know what direction a Steve Anthony match is going to go, which is part of why he's so good. Well,
Hunter Law's been goading him pretty good. And, you know, I had somebody ask me the other night on my show, if you could have picked a winner, if it would go down to the judges card, because so used to on a time limit draw, the referee could award a win.
Right.
I called it a draw, and I said, no, I really honestly think that it was a draw. Now, Steve Anthony had got over and covered him, but by the time he got over there, I'd already heard the timekeeper say 3. He was counting down.
Right.
So he'd already said 3, so I knew that I did not have time to count 3.
Right.
But I did count 2, and I had to tell Steve, it's time limit draw. And it was a true draw.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I don't think Hunter was kicking out of that. I think Steve got him.
Now, in the end, Hunter had the last laugh, though, because he pushed Steve against that wall right there by the curtain.
Yeah.
Steve hit the back of his head, and then he got caught with a knee, which he's still feeling as of yesterday, because we talked a little bit yesterday, and I know his lip was, hurting him a little bit. And he was, had some ice packs by his bed the last day or two.
Yeah. Steve Anthony has a mean streak, and apparently Hunter Law has one too. But Steve may have to go dig back deep on what he used to do, and
they gonna
and get that mean streak, because
they gonna mess around and make Steve Anthony be who he used to be, and they might not like that.
No, that's not going to be good for him or anybody else if that comes back out.
I mean, Anthony was the original leader of Inner Circle, which lasted, forever in the Southern Royalty.
Yeah.
So, Inner Circle was actually our first stable we ever had in BIW, but that wasn't a Steve Anthony one. But Southern Royalty he did start, which lasted about 5 years.
We had Jesse the Dragonheart making his BIW debut. I was excited to see him here. I'm high on this kid. Came up a little short against Corey Steed.
Yeah, I mean, he was about 120 pounds lighter. So,
yeah,
that's hard to overcome. But he did his best. I mean, and the fans have spoken. They want him back. So I'm definitely looking at the lineups and trying to figure out a spot where I can get him back in for sure.
And I was checking Corey. Corey thought he had something in his eye. he looked up and he kind of pushed me away, and I hit the ropes, and unfortunately that caused Jesse to lose his balance, and Corey jumped up and gave him the muscle buster.
Yeah. And it was an impressive muscle buster too. There's no
Yes, it
kicking out.
was.
There's no kicking out after that. And it was Jesse's birthday. We sang to him at El Paso, and it'd have been nice for him to get a win on his debut and his birthday, but it just didn't work that way.
Yeah, such a. I mean, I'm high on him. I can't say enough good things about him.
He's only 160 pounds, so he's definitely gonna have his work cut out, but he's on the right path for sure.
Yeah. Stella Wren versus Killer Kate. Killer Kate, of course, has a chip on her shoulder. She's not your traditional heel. She's definitely got a chip on her shoulder. Her attitude is, I mean, she doesn't care what you think. She doesn't care what fans think. She's on a mission.
Yeah, and she's basically, if Cassandra hangs on to the title after Oak Grove, there probably will be a rematch with Killer Kate and Cassandra. We don't know yet if we're going to put it on the November 7th show or the November 14th show. But if Cassandra hangs on in Oak Grove, we're definitely going to make that rematch happen.
Well, I say all that about Killer Kate to say is she doesn't cheat.
She doesn't have to.
She doesn't cheat.
She's
even to the point when she picks Stella Wren up, I mean, 9 times out of 10, somebody will pull, especially women. They always grab each other by the hair. She grabbed her by the head. Like I noticed it.
Right.
You know, it was weird to me. Like,
well, that's
I expect her with her attitude that I would have to get onto her a little bit.
That's how good she is. She's kind of like
very good. But Stella
Angle.
Wren's no slouch, and that match could have gone either way.
Oh yeah. But Kate's so technically gifted and good at some stuff, and you can catch her on WoW. For those that don't know that, she is on TV most weeks. But she's so talented that she kind of has that Kurt Angle vibe that it didn't matter if he was a babyface or a heel. Everybody knew he was still the better wrestler in the ring.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how Kate is, whether you want to cheer her or boo her, she don't care. But she's going to let you know that she's more talented than you and she's the better wrestler. And 9 out of 10 times, she's right.
That's a fact. And like I said, Stella had a good showing, and I hope we see her back again. She was a lot of fun to work with. And like I said, she almost had her.
It was close at different points for sure.
She almost had her. But that's how it goes.
Yeah, almost don't get you title shots, and almost don't advance you up the card, sadly.
And we still, and El Paso's still the winner. I mean, they're undisputed.
Yeah, we had
champion.
70 or so people go back and eat with us, and I had chorizo as I always do, and it was delicious. I actually sat with y'all, and I got to see y'all's delicious fajitas, and I got the chorizo. And
we got home and left it in the car, so we didn't even get to eat the leftovers.
Oh dang, y'all had a decent amount too.
Yeah, I know. I was really pissed off at myself about that.
Well, there's always next time. We'll be back there November 14th. So everybody put that on your calendar, because the November 14th West Monroe show is going to be our biggest show of the year. I'll just say that now. It's the last show of the year. It's our biggest town. It's where we draw the best. It's my hometown. It's where the first show was. The November 14th show, if you can only make one of these shows coming up, that's the one to put on the calendar and come. It's going to be awesome. We got some big stuff planned for the November 14th.
Well, now that we've talked about Mexican food and I got you hungry.
Well, I'm going to Pops when we get done with this, so I'm okay with being hungry. Their food, it's not really a food truck. It's more of like a little food trailer, but it's about 1.5 miles from my house. And I just love going to Pops during crawfish season or during non-crawfish season, either one.
Well, I was looking at their menu.
Now, it changes all the time, so don't get too caught up in the menu. It changes weekly.
But I saw they had like fish.
Yeah, you can get
but it was like on a bed of rice with a sauce.
Yeah, with a little crawfish cream sauce that they have. And of course, Pops, he's from the Lafayette area, not exactly Lafayette, but down that way. So when he came up here, he brought a lot of that love with him, and I'm glad he did. I'm also glad it's a mile and a half from my house.
But
They're
boy,
only open Thursday through Saturday during non-crawfish season from 3 to 8:30. So I mean, you got to kind of catch them on their time during non-crawfish season. During crawfish season, they're open a lot more. But the boiled shrimp's great. They make the best sauces. They have a seasoned butter that's really good, and the pop sauce is really good. They have a tartar sauce that they make that's good. He makes all the sauces himself. He makes all the egg rolls himself, so they're huge. You pay $4, but I mean, you're going to get a stuffed egg roll, whether it's boudin or crawfish, whichever one you pick.
man, I am such a fan of boudin egg rolls.
Yes, me too.
We have actually, well, it's a food truck. Bayou Bistro, I think is what he calls it.
Okay.
And he normally sets up in Vicksburg, and he does some boudin egg rolls.
Okay. Now, Claudaddy's here in town has some of my favorite boudin egg rolls, which we're going to talk about them eventually.
Heck,
That's the place I want to take you and Stephanie. So
well, we're there. We're definitely there.
It's a creative menu. That's what I really like about it. It's good, but it has a lot of things that you can only get at Claudaddy's here in town. There's nowhere else in town that has it. And that's the kind of things that draw me to people's restaurants. If there's a few items that I can only get there, even if you're a Mexican restaurant, have a few things that I can only grab at your place, and I'm probably more likely to frequent it.
I like that too. And it's fixing to be basketball season. And my granddaughter will be playing basketball, and Mitzi that handles our concession stand, she goes the extra mile because she knows we're up there a lot and gives us some really good offerings. Like I get boudin egg rolls from her.
Okay.
But she'll do she calls it a walking taco, but I mean, hell, it's taco salad.
Got you.
But she goes out of her way to give us, more than just, and you can get a hot dog and a hamburger, but if you're willing to come off a little bread, she hooks you up. And I'm looking forward to, that's going to be my contribution to the food part, is that I'm a concession stand junkie. And I'll tell you, and no offense to Cody Sapp, because I know his kid goes there, but I hate Riverfield High School. Riverfield, and that school is our nemesis. But trust me, when we go over for basketball, there's either going to be red beans or rice, some gumbo. They have a hell of a concession stand during basketball season.
Right. And of course, my wife, she works at the library there in Richland Parish. She's the interim program director right now.
Oh.
And so Riverfield is a huge part of her daily interactions. So are the Rayville Hornets, but Riverfield as well. Now, when I was in school, I went to a private school called Claiborne Christian. Riverfield was one of our big rivals. Prairie View was probably our biggest rival in Bastrop, but Riverfield was second on my list. I got into some trouble during some Riverfield games for sure.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
And they're equal opportunity. They play everybody dirty.
Oh yeah. It was physical, I assure you.
Yeah.
But I mean, some of that was me too. In my younger days, I liked, I wasn't against the elbow to the chest or a little slap to the throat if necessary. I was fine playing a little physical.
Yeah, the girls are worse than the boys. Like they'll carry that stuff over from basketball to softball.
Right.
Their catcher earholed one of our girls.
One time when I was pitching, I beamed Andrew Whitworth, who of course went on to be a Pro Bowl level NFL football player. He's about, I don't know the exact measurements, but probably 6'8", 6'9", 300 plus. And I just knew when I hit him with that ball that he was coming my way, because he kind of did a long pause. And I was just like, this ain't good, but I'm going to act like I'm not scared. But he just went on down to first base, so it was okay.
Well, you worked out for you because you're not 6'5".
Oh, no. Well, no, 6'5". Even back then, I think he was 6'5", 6'6", but he ended up being 6'8", 6'9".
Yeah.
He was a skilled basketball player, too. Even though he went on to be an NFL player, he was dang good basketball player too. Played against him several times in rec games and different things, and watched him play at the high school level. And he was really gifted for somebody that big on the basketball court.
All right. Well, we talked about what happened in West Monroe. Let's talk about what's going to happen in Oak Grove while we're talking about small towns in Louisiana. The Lingo Center in Oak Grove, Louisiana. This is near and dear to Miss Ginger's heart. She's back. She's with us.
Hey, Miss Ginger.
I love this poster.
Josh McDaniels did it.
Man.
But yeah, tickets will go on sale next week. So we're going to get started on that. But this Oak Grove show is going to be a lot of fun. Because
Did you see Fury's new T-shirt on his merch table? It's incredible.
Okay.
I'll wear it on the pod next week.
Perfect.
I mean, I had to have one.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to really look at the merch Saturday night because we had such a packed house. And I'm talking to sponsors and making sure the show goes as smooth as possible. And then, of course, there was some Rob Love altercations throughout the night that I had to kind of put out fires and deal with.
Yeah.
But that's just Rob Love being Rob Love.
Honestly, that wasn't even – I mean, normally Rob deserves it, but Rob didn't even know what the hell was going on this one.
Yeah. It didn't happen sometimes.
Yeah. But let me tell you one thing about Fury's shirt. He's thrown down the gauntlet because this is the best indie wrestler. And I would put this up against anything on WWE Shop.
Okay, nice.
This is like a concert level. When you go to a concert T-shirt quality. I mean, he charges a little more than what wrestlers normally charge for T-shirt, but this is a hell of a T-shirt.
Right.
I hate that I don't have it handy, or I'd hold it up.
I think as far as independent wrestling goes, I think so far the best shirt I've had is like a Caleb Conley shirt because, he works at High Spots and kind of goes out of his way to do extra on the graphics and different things. But y'all have to check Ray's out at the August 15th Oak Grove show for sure.
I'm going to message Caleb. I got to have one of those belts.
Okay. I look for Caleb to be back our way probably in 2027.
He's tearing it up for the Juggalos right now. He's the man.
And he deserves every bit of it.
Yes, he does.
So talented in the ring. And he's a good guy outside the ring, too. So.
All right. Steve Anthony is getting a title shot against our champion, Alex Arsenal.
Yeah, this is two fan favorites going at it. This is two that, the only time they've wrestled each other one-on-one, Steve Anthony beat him. But it was before Alex Arsenal found the light. He was still a member of Southern Royalty.
Yeah.
Since he's found the light, he's been on a roll, and I don't know. This could definitely go 50-50 for sure. Yep.
This is going to be
that's two of Miss Ginger's favorites, of course, in her hometown of Oak Grove. So the only thing that can make it tougher on her is if it was a triple threat with Bam Bam.
Am I the only referee for this one?
Yes.
Okay. Well, good. Then I know I get to referee this one.
Robert will be back for September 19th in Fountain Hill.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on my cardio.
Well, September and November you got another ref, but you got this one by yourself.
I'm for it.
So,
and it's not that I don't enjoy working with other referees. I just sometimes I'll look at the card and I don't want to miss. It's hard for me to, because I always want to ref them all.
Right.
And especially with Muddy Waters going to defend the BIW Southern Tag Team titles.
Yeah, this will be their first tag match for first tag title defense.
Against the Perfect Tag Team. That's
a very cocky name. Because, I've booked Diego several times, and he's been telling me about his partner, David Teen. But, and I've met David. He's come and walked out with Diego at some shows and stuff.
Yeah.
But he hasn't wrestled yet in BIW. So when they told me that they go by the Perfect Tag Team, I was like, man, I hope y'all get smacked in the face. And we'll see. They're going to have every opportunity to walk out tag team champions. But when you're that cocky, I'm kind of rooting for you to get smacked in the face.
Yeah.
And Muddy Waters, of course, another Castle Aiden kick. that is going to be a big part of the Castlewaden story as well. The area called Muddy Waters.
And they're kind of cocky too.
Yeah, but in a different way.
Well, yeah.
In a different way.
This is going to be a good match.
Yeah, the champs back in the building, and they fought each other before, and it was a great match. So I expect this one to be really good as well.
Yeah, Caliente's got a lot of attitude.
Oh yeah,
Dynamite is packed in a small package there.
I hate that this show's on the same night as Battle of the Badges here in Monroe, which always sells out the Civic Center. So some of Cassandra's biggest fans aren't going to be able to make it. Rooster and Tiffany and Mark Bennett and some of those. But I'm sure Oak Grove will still show Cassandra a lot of love.
And then Wes Warren against Christian Blake.
They fought each other a lot down south. But
yes.
They've never fought each other in BIW. So this is going to bring something that our fans have never seen with their own eyes. They might have seen some YouTube videos or something. But this will be different for the BIW fans at least.
And this will be our first time we've seen Wes since he lost the tag team titles.
Yeah, and he was in a bad mood when he had the belt, so he's probably in an even worse mood.
And Christian Blake, I just can't help but feel like with his personality that he'll just make him madder and madder.
Yeah, it would not surprise me at all if Blake has him ready to blow a head gasket.
Well, Blake was kind of getting under Frankie's skin before they got started.
He's good at it. He's one of those Cajuns. He knows how to kind of, rub you the wrong way and dig a little shot here and there. And he's one of those when he has you on the ground, he's gonna make sure his elbows in your neck or your jaw, or if he's got you in a hold, he's gonna be kind of knuckling your wrist or your elbow a little bit, so there's a little extra pain there. He's slick. He's a tough Cajun for sure.
Well, this is gonna be a good one. And this one, Ray Fury versus Hunter Law.
Yep, two of our best in the ring going head to head for sure. They wrestled in the tournament last year, and Ray was able to get the win because he went on to win that tournament.
Hunter Law has leveled up since then.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
As was proven last weekend against Steve Anthony.
Yep, but it's possible Ray's leveled up some too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because when in that tournament, that was a big deal, and I don't know. Ray's just one of those guys you can never count out.
No.
And then the fan base loves him so much around here that they kind of give him that extra gear sometimes too.
It's going to be a good one. August 15th, the Lingo Center in Oak Grove, Louisiana. How far is that from Monroe?
A little over an hour. It takes me about an hour 15 to get there. So it's definitely drivable.
It's very, very fan friendly for if you're in the Vicksburg area and in the western part of Mississippi. It's not a bad drive at all.
Not at all. And this is probably the best overall lineup that we've ever brought to Oak Grove. There's matches on each show that I could definitely put it up against this card. But as far as from top to bottom, this is probably the best lineup we've ever brought to Oak Grove.
Yeah. I hate all them stairs.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Right.
I mean, I don't like the stairs on our ring.
They're kind of necessary though, Dave. They're kind of necessary.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't want to fall. I mean, I'll fall up the stairs just as quick as I'll fall down them.
Right.
But anyway, Bayou Independent Wrestling, and if you want to, Bayou Independent Wrestling is a great fundraiser.
Absolutely.
And we would love to come to your school and raise some money for your football team, your basketball team, your baseball team, soccer, whatever.
We've teamed up with schools. We've teamed up with churches. We did Relay for Life. We've did casinos. We've did bar shows. We can do a little bit of anything, really. And I can kind of tailor the show to what you're looking for. I mean, obviously, you don't have full 100% say of what's coming, but you can kind of tell me what you're wanting and what you're looking for, and I'm going to bring it to you for sure. And, I mean, I'm coming up on 20 years of experience, too. So if you give me an outline, I'm going to be able to meet it and probably pass your expectations on it.
Well, just reach out to Josh if you want more information about bringing Bayou Independent Wrestling to your organization.
Absolutely.
I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Josh, I'm having fun doing this. I've been excited about it all day.
Definitely. Now, next Thursday, I'm going to have to – I don't have a single book at the comic shop pulled for me next Thursday. There's 5 Wednesdays in this month. So on the 5th one, like, all my stuff's gone. So I'm going to randomly grab something I would never grab next week. So I at least have one book I can read and talk about before the podcast. Because I do want to make sure every week I tell y'all at least about one thing that I picked up at the comic shop that week.
Well,
so y'all can stay with us. Now, we are going to also talk about some bigger trades and different things over time. But I definitely want at least one weekly thing on the podcast for you guys every week. And most weeks it won't be a problem.
Yeah, and we're going to have to make some adjustments to the schedule with JV football being on Thursday nights.
Yeah, and so we end up switching the days or times or different things. Or we might not every week. We might not go live. There might be some taped versions of the show. But
all right,
we'll make it work.
Well, Josh, this has been I've loved every minute of this, and I can't wait till we do it again. And we want to thank everybody for joining us, and we will see you next week on Triple P, the Comic Pod, panels, pile drivers, and plates with Josh Newell. Good night, everybody.
Thanks.
See you next time on Triple P, panels, pile drivers.